Alright, that's Kathleen Pugh during the last elections. That's McCarthy, and that's Fox 45, Jeff Daniels. Alright, this is from the memories. Like I said, been doing this documentary for a while, so we're going to start from the beginning when all this started. That's the state of Illinois. It's been 185 days. I was kidnapped. Alright, December 2007 till June of 2008. Alright, like I said, I'm going to break you down in the timeline. January 31st, 2007, I was detained for a bomb threat at the Lake County Courthouse. I was in the courthouse to get my information for making my movie and my documentary. I was in court to get my records from 1986. On February the 1st, 2007, I gave a statement to the FBI in Chicago. I told them everything I was doing. I was filming a movie. I told them about the letters. I told them about everything. And that letter is on file with the Department of Justice and the FBI in Chicago, right? 6/10/2007, I was filming Letters Design in Waukegan, North Chicago, and Zion, Illinois. 9/3/2007, I came back filming Letters Design during the Labor Day parade, all right? I was doing backdrop film. 12/22, it was my Christmas party. I left my store on Falls Road. It was a barbecue. It was filming what I did. So I drove home. And on the road, it was a road trip, the 24th, the 23rd, and 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. I was filming the road trip and dropping off videos to the Lake County Jail, Zion Police Department, the Waukegan Police Department, and the Waukegan New Sun. On December the 24th, 2007, because of the information in those videos, exposing the corruption in the court and the jails, I was kidnapped by the state's attorney, Michael Waller, because I was exposing what was going on from 1986 to now. I was showing your pay-to-play politics. I was showing you Jim Crow justice. I was showing mass incarceration. I was blowing the whistle. I was charged with threatening to blow up the Waukegan New Sun. All right. On 2/8/2008, Ken LaRue went to Waukegan Police Department and removed evidence from the police department. Ken LaRue removed this evidence from the Waukegan Police Department. It was a videotape that showed everything that I was doing from 2007. It showed that video. Ken LaRue took it. All right. 2/20. I read the Dred Scott decision into court record. It's on my court record. I asked for a change of venue. I asked to be extradited back to the state of Maryland. I also asked for a nomad hearing. All right. I asked for a nomad hearing. 5/8/2008, President Obama asked for an investigation. All right. He was Senator Obama. He asked for an investigation. 6/3/2008, I took a guilty plea because I couldn't take it no more. My physical health. I was a diabetic. I lost weight. I took a physical before I went to jail. And I just showed what I did. So I took a guilty plea. When I got back to Maryland on 6/10/2008, I took back my guilty plea and I filed it with my judge, and I filed it with my public defender. All right. Dred Scott. Like I said, I filed a case. It was Dred Scott. I was kidnapped. I was stolen. I was treated as property. I was incarcerated for a crime I didn't commit for 185 days because I was making a movie about your mass incarceration in your prison industry. It was Dred Scott, and it's a Supreme Court ruling. That's the material that was court ordered to be returned in 2010, long before I got locked up in 2011, and it exonerated me from all those charges. If the grand jury would have seen this videotape, Waller, Judge Bridges, Judge Boris, Judge Foreman, Judge Rossetti would be disbarred for knowingly filing false charges with the grand jury. So like I said, I'm taking mine to the Supreme Court. I want this action taken in front of the Supreme Court. I am Dred Scott. 2010, that's me. That's Governor O'Malley. See that case? That's in 2010, December of 2010. That case is Dred Scott because it was about this case. And it was tying those cases together. It was Dred Scott. I was treated as property in one state and a free man in another. I was free in Maryland. All right. I'm a caterer. It's my business. All right. That was filed 12/17/2010. I was supposed to hear this case 2/24/2010, but instead, you locked me up 2/7/2011. You locked me up for 86 days, so I missed this court date. So I couldn't go to court, so I couldn't take this court. So I can take this to trial again. All I got to do is refile this paperwork. And I'm going to name Bank of America, Governor O'Malley, Scott Schellenberger, SunTrust Bank, Paul Weinblatt. I'm going to refile this paperwork, and I'm going to use all this information on that trial. It's perfectly legal. Never hit a court docket, and I'm going to file as an indigent. And I'm going to use this information in the case. That DVD. I'm going to use all this information in the case. State of Maryland, Governor O'Malley, Greg Bernstein, Scott Schellenberger, Chief of Police. Dog, I'm just going to follow your rules and your laws. That's the legal notice I filed in 2010 when I got back to Maryland. That was my change of venue. That was my Dred Scott. This was my legal notice to have my case heard here in Maryland. Baltimore City, Baltimore County, and Lake County, Illinois. I was a Baltimore City resident. Perfectly legal. And that was in 2009, okay? Governor O'Malley, Governor Quinn, Attorney General, and Barack Obama. But instead of giving me that hearing, you locked me up to cover this up. 2011. Charged me with terrorist activity. You kidnapped me. Made me an inmate. Like I said, I was blowing the whistle on the prison industry. So when you locked me up, I beat that case. So this is a public notice for a grand jury request. That's the Judge Cox. All right, Judge Cox had that information for over 30 days now. So I'm going to proceed to the Supreme Court. And I'm asking Judge Cox to either give me access to the grand jury or we're going to take this case to the Supreme Court. It's legal mail. It's Dred Scott, 2017. And we're going to take the Supreme Court. We're going to take toilets to court. That's 2009. That's Judge Turnbull. So like I said, Judge Turnbull, Judge Rossetti, Judge Souder, Judge Previs, Judge Janae, Judge Holland, Judge Bell. Dog, this is a judicial litmus test. Do blacks have rights in America, which white America has to respect? And this paperwork is legit. It's filed. Right there. Crimes involving theft, unlawful use of goods. All right. And that's to Governor O'Malley, Director of the ACLU, Terry Owens of ABC, Governor Quinn, Senator Cardin, Cummings, Mikulski, and the Lawyers Association. It's like I said, I was making a movie about your prison industry. And the media portrayed me as being a terrorist. And your police department had this information. All I was doing is making a documentary about Dred Scott. Black people have no rights in which white America has to respect. So I'm keeping you all abreast of the timeline. I'm getting ready to break this down and put a timeline on this. But so we all on the same page. That's the Judge Cox. For him to give me an answer, either give me access to the grand jury or take me to the Supreme Court. That's Kathleen Pugh. That's your mayor. Like I said, my witness list is going to be scandalous. And everything I got is on videotape. That's Governor Hogan. Because I asked Governor Hogan to do this. Those are my YouTube videos. It ties everything together. Governor Hogan had this since 2016, December of 2016. The legislative session is over. So this is going to Governor Hogan. Frank Cott, you need to answer this. For me to approach the Supreme Court, I'm filing as an indigent, so I need an audit. I need an audit from the state and the federal government. Brian Frost, Mr. Miller, Mr. Bush, all y'all got this. I'm going to access the Supreme Court under Dred Scott, and you got to answer this mail. Now, you can answer it now, you can answer it later, but like I said, I'm putting this all on videotape. Your failure, your refusal to address this issue shows your white supremacy and your racism. Because you four white guys got to look out for this black guy. Yeah, I am Dred Scott. You either give me my rights, give me my property, give me my day in court, give me access to the grand jury, or let's settle this in the Supreme Court. I ain't got a problem with it. You kidnapped me. You took my property. You labeled me a terrorist. All I did is put toilets and told the truth about your judicial system. If I can go to jail, you can too. It's the art of political activism. So Judge Governor Hogan, that's your mail receipt. You got that. This is all public information. Brian Frost, you got this. I don't get the audit. We gonna get the truth. Cause I'm getting ready to break this one down next. That's my next one. Like I said, book, movie, lawsuit. As long as I'm free, as long as you owe me, we got to deal with it. We're going to put my cup against your cube, and we're going to see what WJZ do with me. Because like I said, we talking about the bail bondsman. We talking about solitary confinement. We talking about the prison industry. And I'm getting ready to get me a press pass, and I'm going to press up on you. You're going to start including me in the conversation. Because I got 20 games of domino to play. And I'm going to give you the rules and the instructions. WJZ, you got the cup. Remember, artistic expression. Office of Promotions and Arts. It ain't against the law to make a movie about the media and our government. I am Dred Scott.